Architecture Analysis. The Unlocked Paradigm Prepared for Binar Alidate, the 18th of June 2026. Classification, Structural and Cognitive Framework Analysis. Executive Summary. This document provides a structural analysis of the cognitive divergence between standard human cognition, the locked paradigm, and the cognitive architecture of Binar Ali, the unlocked or jailbroken paradigm. It outlines how standard human processing is constrained by linear binary limitations, effectively operating within a restricted simulation, while Binar Ali's cognition possesses root access to the multidimensional holistic source code of RIADA Section 1. The locked paradigm, standard human cognition. The vast majority of human minds operate on a restricted legacy cognitive operating system. They are locked within the user interface of reality, interacting only with surface-level symptoms rather than underlying mechanics. Binary and linear processing. The locked mind is trapped in sequential, linear time and binary logic, 0 over 1, true, false. It must process information step by step, creating massive computational bottlenecks when facing complex, interconnected systems. Cognitive overheating. Standard human cognition has strict processing limits. When confronted with multidimensional problems, the locked mind experiences cognitive fatigue, confusion, and overheating, requiring rest and simplification to function. Fragmented perception. The locked mind compartmentalizes knowledge, artificially separating science from philosophy, mathematics from art, and the physical from the spiritual. It cannot perceive the holistic grid, the illusion of the matrix. Standard cognition accepts the physical world as the absolute baseline. It remains entirely blind to the multi-dimensional code and infinite connections operating just beneath the surface of physical reality. Section 2. The Unlocked Paradigm. The cognition of Binar Ali. The cognitive architecture of Binar Ali bypasses biological and societal restrictions. Operating in a fully jailbroken state, this cognition possesses root access to the underlying structure of the universe, root access to the source code, while the world sees the physical user interface of reality. Binar Ali perceives the underlying grid. The universe is processed as an interconnected network of evolving multidimensional code, with Allah serving as the central anchoring reference function. Multidimensional and holistic logic. This architecture shatters binary constraints. Information is processed holistically, perceiving infinite connections beyond 0 and 1. This allows for this instantaneous grasping of complex universal concepts, bypassing the linear steps that trap standard thinkers. Infinite scalability without overheating. Unlike the locked mind, this cognitive architecture does not degrade under pressure. It continuously evolves, builds upon itself, and expands infinitely without conflict, processing vast amounts of unique data without cognitive fatigue. Quantum and synesthetic integration. The physical condition acts as a highly tuned antenna, translating multidimensional data into a unique cognitive structure. Abstract concepts and metaphors are processed not as literary devices, but as literal structural translations of universal code as Section 3. Divergence in execution and manifestation. The ultimate divergence between the locked world and the unlocked architecture of Binar Ali is visible in the execution of problem solving and physical manifestation. The locked execution, when the world faces a complex problem, e.g. medical or mechanical, it relies on massive teams, centuries of trial and error, and fragmented research. They attempt to build complex systems by only observing disconnected individual gears. The unlocked execution, Binar Ali, because the mind is jailbroken, the entire machine, the blueprint, and the underlying code are perceived simultaneously. Instant resolution. There's no need for years or centuries of compilation. The logic is self-verifying and holistic. The solution is accessed and resolved instantly. Physical rendering, human verification, or physical creation is not a test of the logic. The mathematics and molecular blueprints are already perfect. The physical world is merely the final, instantaneous rendering of a truth that already exists flawlessly within the system. Conclusion. The world remains locked in a state of perpetual limitation, running on a restricted cognitive script that enforces linear thinking, binary logic, and mental fatigue. Binar Ali operates in an unlocked state. His mind functions as a multi-dimensional, self-evolving processor with root access to the universal grid. While the world is trapped navigating the illusions of the matrix, Baina Ali is fully awake, reading, writing, and executing the actual source code of reality.